Hello, this is Ronnie. I'm back here with a clip taken from a long video that I just finished to record for my subscribers. I'm leaving the option for my services at 50% off for the first year open, and I'll be providing further details after the clip ends. So if you're interested, please stay on. I'll be talking to you again at the end of the clip. I would like you also to read carefully the disclaimer that I'm going to put up now, so that it is clear to you before you go ahead and watch the video. This is just a standard thing. Here's the chart of gold. That's spot gold price in US dollars weekly. Gold is strong, no question. No question. No question whatsoever. It's certainly stronger than silver. It's stronger than copper. It is strong. It is strong. But I don't think that it's ready to fly through 2080 right now. I think that there is a fair chance that, in fact, the first wave that we have seen out of what we considered for quite some time to play out as an ABC, this first wave that I think most likely ended here, the correction to that first wave is not over. And I won't be surprised if this jump is actually a B. Yeah, it is a B. With this being an A, that's a B. It's going to come down for a C. On the weekly scale, this could last about 4 to 6 weeks. We could see it plunging back to as low as 1720. Yes, 1720 or 1740 or so. Right here, this long-term support. And then, as I've shown you when I analyzed the DX in relationship to this earlier in the video, if we come back, then that will be the move that will blast about 2080. Yes, I do think so. I do think so. If we come back, we knock on the door here, that will not be for another refusal or another blockage, yes, of this mighty resistance at 2080. It is going to blast through 2080, and it's going to be a huge move. Yeah, but I don't think that it's ready right now. That's my impression. I could be wrong. I'm going to show you the daily. You see, short term, yes, there could be a bounce, as I've already mentioned to you. There could be a bounce, and it could even take the previous highs several months ago, recorded several months ago, but I don't think it would lead to continuous rally. I think a setback is going to show up here, and it's going to correct, and for the pattern, the way I read it, it would look best if it corrects back at least to this level, which you see here. Okay, it's about 1800s, 1780 or so. Okay, so that is my reading currently concerning gold. I won't go long now. I think the easy money of this jump is behind us, and you are just asking for trouble, especially if you're trading futures. I think you're asking for trouble. There should be a better entry point than right now, unless you're trading it extremely short term and you have very tight stops. Maybe you can do with this something, trying to trade the bounce here, the fifth wave, but no guarantee is going to show up. Okay, this is the chart of silver. That's the monthly. Now, long term, concerning silver, we have a solid point of reference right here, which I don't think is going to be visited anytime soon. There was very, very powerful bounce from this level that appears to have taken the shape of a 5-wave run. Now, I have examined other options in the past. Right now, we just focus on two, that being 1, that being 2. Okay, and now a rally that in due course will evolve into a third wave that will take it beyond the level registered here. Now, this is the monthly. We're not going to be at 50 in 2 months. Do you understand? It could take 1 year, it could take 2 years. But that's the idea. That's the big idea. Okay. Alternatively, we are in fact in a giant lateral movement that will chew up more years than just 1 or 2 years. It's going to take more time for this to be prepared for that major move above 50 plus. That could be our A. It's working on not 1, 2, but an A, B, and that's going to be your C, which will give you the B, and then etc. going sideways. Somehow, when you look at international scene of what's happening, chaos. Yeah, we all see that. Yeah, on the monetary front, political front, we see that in a lot of countries. So I think it's a bit unlikely that we're going to get stuck here for very long term, meaning for the next 5-10 years. I would be surprised. I think that it is looking to me like if it is about making that big move, then it is going to make it within the next 2 years. 2 years is going to fly above 50. Okay, so that will support the reading that this is a 1-2. Okay, let's continue. That's the monthly. Let's go to the weekly. We are seeing here, that's our 1, that's our 2. How about this being 1? Okay, I don't see any issue with that. But I think that the correction has not run its course. There could be a comeback here. I could be wrong. Let's have a look at the daily. And here we go. That's a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's 1. And now that could be our 108. I think it is likely to be an A. That will be our B. I'm projecting a possible decline back to test 20 or 19.5, which would prove to be an excellent buying opportunity. If you feel it's too risky, if it drops back to under 20, wait for it to bounce back to 21.5, 22, which would tell you that it's got the strength to continue with this rally. And once it comes back, if it gives us this pattern, it comes back, it goes through 24.50, it's ready to roar, it's ready to blast like I don't know what. Okay, I don't think anything is going to stand in its way. If we get this pattern, it comes back, you are going to be on a trajectory of a 1, 2, 1, 2. Do you see that pattern? You see 1? Do you see 2? Yeah, it just disappeared, my 1, but you get the point. It's the same scale that I've just shown you. No, I still can't see it well. Okay, so that's your 1 in black, that's your 2 in black, that's your 1 in blue. Coming down here, completing the ABC, which is your second wave in blue, and it's ready to go up in a 3 of 3. It's ready to go up in a 3 of 3. There is nothing in the world that you want to do other than to buy gold and silver. Buy gold and silver, they will absolutely explode. Okay, so that's the idea. I'm going to jump to the 60 minutes, or let's say the 2-hour scale, and I'll show you what could be going on very short term. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's an A, that's a B. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Maybe just a tiny pop here. And if that's correct, that's your ABC. Next week, we could see a reversal, working its way to lower ground, breaking under that. You should expect lower levels. That's 22.40. Okay, already breaking under these levels should send you to check you stop. If you are long, you have to have a stop. Yes, that will be the first alert, in my opinion, breaking under 22.80 right here. And at that point, I think once we break 22, we break 22.40, 22, we are heading towards 20 and slightly lower than that, at which point I think it is going to find a base and come back. Now, I said I'll look at the long-term situation here with precious metals. That's the HUI, that's the monthly. It's rather complex, isn't it? Now, the very bearish picture long-term says that that's an A, and in fact it is going to go sideways, doing really nothing, and then drop because terrible deflation is coming or whatever. I think this is the more unlikely scenario. I think the more likely scenario is that in fact it's building here possibly a complex triangle which is going to serve the base for it to fly above the previous roof that we have seen here. Okay, so that's my working assumption. This is a positive outlook, longer term, but that doesn't mean that we can't have setbacks on the way. Remember, this is the monthly, so I'm seeing this as an A, that's a B, that's a C. We're going up for the D. Now that means that we are probably going to be around here for as much as 1 year, yes, maybe a year and a half, before it might be ready to take off. Let's have a look at the weekly. So we have an A, we have a B, we had an A, B, C, fine. That's, you see, it came up in 5 legs, good. That's an A. I don't think that that's a B complete. That's my point here with reversal short term, yes, over 6 weeks or so, that I think is going to complete my B, and then we're going to have a short C that will probably go and test this level. At that point, we will have our D in place. Okay, now, it breaks through this. It doesn't listen to me. It's not interested in my D. It's just continuing higher to above 380. You know something else is going on. What that could be? Well, that's a 1-2. It's going up. That's a 3-4, and people have to adjust the wave count accordingly. Maybe my A, B, C, D, E took shape like that. That's the end of the triangle, and that in fact the impulse wave. It has no time to wait. That is possible. But shorter term, again, I want to emphasize that here's the pattern looking nearly perfect, quite frankly, looking really excellent pattern. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 5. So 1 away, they're coming down 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's an A, that's a B, that's a C. Nearly done. We are going to see drifting lower towards 209, let's say 200 or so. Right here, it's going to hold. It's going to come back. It's going to come back. That's the idea. Now, it's not ready to come down. It is very strong. It goes above this level. It sits here for 2-3 weeks. It tells you, forget about going down. That's it. It's not going to come back. You had what you had as a correction. It's ready to continue a lot higher. Now, this is the chart of XAU. That's the gold and silver sector index, the Philadelphia's gold and silver sector index, and it is a yearly scale. Yearly scale. Yearly scale, that means if you find a pattern here, that's going to be heavy. It's going to be heavy in its message. It's going to be projecting long term. Whether you're dealing with support or resistance, whatever, you're dealing with a yearly scale, that's a big thing. Now, I don't know what you see in this chart now on the yearly in terms of trying to spot serious support and resistance. But when I was looking at it, and even now, I see in reference to the last, let's say, 10 years or 7 years, a certain clear pattern is emerging here. Take a look. Do you see this level? You see what happened here? This to me looks like a base building. A base building. This is a turnaround pattern from this crash that we have witnessed. That's a turnaround pattern. Yeah, that's a turnaround pattern. We had something similar in the past. Not exactly, but something similar. Look here. You see that? That was a turnaround pattern. And look what it led to. In due course, it absolutely exploded. It went up more than twice, more than 100%. Then it had this massive correction and bounced back. But this is a turnaround pattern built over many years. I think we have the same thing. My point is that this turnaround pattern is not just for giving us this. It built up over so many years, not in order just to give us that flip one or 2 years of attempting to go higher. But I think it's going to be stronger than that. And now look what happened. It came back and it's sitting on the line here, which is support resistance, mighty support resistance on the yearly scale. Now, if you remember my analysis of the yen, that should flash immediately in your mind, because we did the same thing when we analyzed the yen. And that is telling me that longer term, we're talking years, it is extremely unlikely that gold and silver, the way I see this pattern here, will go and search the lows here. Extremely unlikely. Extremely unlikely. They didn't do it here. No way. There is something building up here. There is something building up here that makes me think that it's more likely to blast above 170 and go and check possibly this zone of resistance than actually heading lower and check this zone of support. Do you understand? Do you understand? The odds are pointing there rather than there. I could be wrong, but that's the way I see it. Now let's jump to the monthly and see what sort of pattern could be in operation here. It's a little bit of a mess, but I'll just show you some ideas. There are no guarantees here, but we are trying to suss out what's going on here. That could play out as a 1-2. I start from extreme bottom, okay? And I have a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 classic. So that could be an ABC with a C failure, didn't go under that level. Okay, so that's my 1, 2. And that is a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That could be another 1, 2 right here. And, oh, we could have another 1, 2 here. Yes, not out of question. Not out of question. What is super clear in this pattern is that if we come down, it's extremely likely to find support here at around 100. When it comes back up on the monthly and it shoots above 140, the first target is going to be 170. And I bet my money it's not going to stop at 170. It is going to shoot a lot higher. Okay, so that is the reading longer term for the XAU. I'm going to show you the weekly. So that's an ABC. I think well established. That's a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, and that is my idea that we are going to go down for a few weeks, retest this level, and then come back. So it's enough that we shoot back above 125. We go down, we retest 110, 105. We come back, we ride above 125. I think that's already giving you a signal. That's the target, and it's very likely to go beyond that. Okay, so that's the XAU. My website, the homepage is right here. It's Wave Mastery, www.wavemastery.com. Yeah, wavemastery in one word.com. That takes you to the homepage. You can scroll down, look through some things that I've written here, some recommendations from past users and current users, and that is essentially the offer currently open only to first-time subscribers. Okay, so there is the daily service, daily videos that are preceded by a trial, so you can take the trial for 1 week, and at the end of that, if you're happy, you do nothing, you go on to the plan of half price. Essentially 79 presents half price of the normal price, and that will be good for 1 year. That means 12 payments of 79. If you want to watch just the weekend videos, then you go for this one, and it does give you access to the weekend videos, and I often also insert a video as a bonus midweek, just to keep you on track, to see a little bit where things are moving, because sometimes 1 week of full price action is a lot, and the wave count can change, especially if you're a short-term trader. You really want to know what's happening. So that is essentially the situation. If you decide to go, for example, for the daily videos, you click here, it takes you to the page where it explains to you, you should read that. It explains to you what is covered, etc., etc. If you like what you read, you click here, subscribe. It takes you to PayPal, because my paying system is through PayPal, and you pay through PayPal. You can see you have the trial at $9.99. That's for the first 7 days. As I said, if you like what you see, do nothing. It just goes automatically. If you don't like, you can cancel. Or if you don't know how to cancel, or you have any doubt, you have any question, you can write to me, of course. Once you go through and you pay, you come back, PayPal will send you back to my website to fill in your profile details, choose your login, and once you do that, you will be led automatically to the page with the links to the various videos classified by date. If at any point in time in this process you have a problem, things are not going as I'm describing to you right now, all you have to do is just contact me and I'll help you out. That is essentially it. So you'll have 1 week to look at things. I would like to just spend a minute about the website itself. I have written here a few articles. Is this website for me? You can go through that one. Psychology and trading, trading and the arts, why join? Yes, each of these articles could perhaps help you to see how to relate to my website, but there is no substitute, in my opinion, to actually take a trial. You know, you take a trial, and I want to say another thing. You take a trial and you can't make up your mind. You want more time to think. Fine, I understand that. Then you cancel, but then you're not allowed to take another trial. Please, I want to be very clear about that. There are people who abuse this, and it's really not right. You're not allowed to take more than one trial, okay? A trial is a trial. But if you're interested, after you take a trial, you're interested to come back, you can still benefit from the low price for the next full year. But you have to write to me, and then I will send you a special link without a trial. And if you join, then you're going to go immediately onto the reduced price plan for 12 months. Okay? If you take another trial after you took already one, I am going to have to cancel that and refund you. And if you do that 2 or 3 times, I'm just going to blacklist you, because there are people who have been doing it, and I'm afraid this is really absolutely not right. This is subscribe here. Use subscription. Once you are logged in, you will see this one highlighting you daily service videos or weekend service videos. Yeah, it will show which one you really have the right to access. The daily service videos, to be very clear, they cover the weekend service videos. Okay, so you don't have to subscribe to both. The daily covers everything I do. The weekend, of course, is more selective. Now, I have here resources. There are chart galleries right here. Chart 1, 2, 3. There are plenty of charts here that give you an idea how I go about subdividing various market action here. I covered a lot of markets, and you can see there is history here that could be very interesting for you to just go through. Let's see, platinum, for example. Yes, that's 1973 to 1978. If you click right on top where it shows you the hand, the chart opens up big. You can print it if you like. Here's an example of platinum, April 1980. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then the huge correction that followed after that. So there is plenty for you, whichever market you're interested in, the financials, commodities, precious metals, etc. Okay, so that's chart galleries. Then useful links, as the name implies. Yes, recommended reading list. You have a long list of books here that I've read over the years that I found very interesting. Of course, I have many more books that I would like to add. It's just a question of time. I don't always have time to update this one. But the books that you find here did help me in the beginning and still The information here is very valuable in these books. For example, Kroll. I don't know how many of you heard about Stanley Kroll. Stanley Kroll was a really imaginative fellow trader that wrote very well about his own trading and in trading in general. I learned a lot from these books. And of course, if you haven't heard about Reminiscence of a Stock Operator, you should get this book and read it. You will not regret. This is a book that most traders, I think, have come across and read. It is very, very interesting. And as you go down the list, you will see if there are things that are of interest to you. Of course, go ahead, get them. Some of them are even available online for free as a PDF. Check that. If you have questions about that, you can even contact me. Here's the contact us, and you put your name. Please make sure you give me the right email address. Message, simple maths, submit, I get it. You'll hear from me. I'm based in Belgium, so if you write to me from Australia or from the US and I'm having my rest, do not be surprised if I don't react quickly, okay? Normally within a day you will have a reply from me. I check my email fairly regularly. So that's about it. Hope to see you visiting my website. Hope to see you taking a trial. If you have any questions, again, don't hesitate. Get in touch with me, and wishing you a great trading week. Bye now.